Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, my friends. I cannot believe we are halfway through, or will be, halfway through Season 3 of Star Trek Lower Decks. And today's offering is Season 3's Episode 5, Reflections. I can't make a guess. This is Lower Decks. Whatever guess I'm going to make is going to be wrong. Reflections, could this be a, hey, here's the things we've been through so far in our adventures? I don't know, maybe. Could it be mirror, mirror? Sure. It could absolutely be something like that. Who knows? This is Lower Decks. Anything is possible. So the only thing that we can do is buckle up and prepare for a fun, laugh-filled, and potentially catastrophically emotional day. See Season 1, Episode 9 and 10 for me. All right, my friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. You'll be alerted next time we go live with Star Trek Lower Decks, the original series, or anything else. And of course, if you'd like anything else or all those aforementioned titles early and in their full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description. But all that's then. This is now. And now it's time for Star Trek Lower Decks Season 3, Episode 5. I can't believe it. Reflections. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. Let's get a bombshell. Who wants a bombshell? I want a big one. I want a big revelatory bombshell.
No. It's overheating.
Oh no.
Come on, keep it together.
Oh, he doesn't have his... Bigger towel, buddy. That's Rutherford. Is that how he got hurt? Ooh, I was joking about the... Well, I wasn't joking, but I certainly didn't think that, a bombshell would be Rutherford. That was prophetic of me. I feel sassy in my oracle abilities. If that's in case, this might even be a cold open that we don't touch on, but wow. Been wanting to know about this one, but whatever that was, core overheating, he was uninjured in the reflection on the panel. Wow. This show's great in so many different ways. Obviously, it's a very fun show, and I appreciate that so much because everybody needs fun, but I think the common misconception about Lower Decks, and this was my misconception too, so I'm not putting myself above anybody that thinks this way, because I thought this exact way. I thought this was a parody. Before watching it, I was like, oh, this is a parody. They're going to make fun of Star Trek, and I heard it's really funny. Oh, no. This is Star Trek, and they take it very fucking seriously.
The Cerritos is back at Telgana 4.
Telgana 4.
Because last time I checked, nobody's ever signed up for Starfleet at the recruitment booth. I did. You're not helping.
Tendy did.
Super exciting, but it's our assignment. What are you gonna do?
Complain the whole time and make it twice as miserable?
That is your specialty.
But you see how Brad is just okay with it?
I keep having the same crazy nightmare.
Ooh, the one where you're in a new timeline with Kirk and Spock where they have cinematic chemistry?
I wish.
Why don't you go take a nap? You'll wake up feeling like a new man.
Thanks, Tendy. Hope you're right.
Did they draw their stick figures on the side of the Sequoia?
If you so much as step 1 foot out of that booth, I will transfer you to Starbase 80.
Starbase 80?
Don't joke about that. Starbase 80's the worst.
When I get down there, you better be in the booth with a pad full of contact info, or you'll be at SB 80 faster than you can possibly imagine.
We have not heard... I think it's been a whole season since we've heard of Starbase 80. Threat of 80 shut Beckett up.
Ugh, those are the ugliest nacelles I've ever seen. And who put the engineering down there? That's stupid.
We got a mirror.
California class? How did I get here?
Ensign Samantha Rutherford, transferred from Douglas Station on stardate 56329.
Okay, shut up.
Ooh, Douglas Station.
Hey, let me out of here. Hey, you, give me back control of my body. Psst. Nah, dude, this is my body. Hey, what is this thing on my face? It's my face. Fine, don't answer it. I don't need you. Hey, get back here.
Oh boy. Rutherford, figure out a way out of this, bud. Do some of that engineering shit.
We got new worlds, they're strange, and they need seeking out.
Wow, it's crazy to hear you, actually trying.
Starbase 80.
You could work in a transporter bay. How about that?
Really? Did the transporter guys ever get to sit on the bridge?
Sure.
You're signing up for 7 years in a windowless room.
Wait, really?
Don't listen to her. The ships have, tons of windows. It's like...
Meh.
What the hell, lady? I was about to close.
Archaeologist Guild.
Independent space archaeologist. That first part's important since, I'm free to do whatever I want.
Who is this?
How often do you get to collect dilithium?
Oh, all the time. Tons of crystals.
Hey, buddy, you want to be a Borg?
What?
Borg drone, Starfleet drone.
Boy, they got a really good booth assignment.
These Cali-class junkers are such fire traps. The Cerritos is a great ship. Give me back my body.
Give me back my body.
Trill, huh? Those spots go all the way down?
Excuse me?
What?
Computer, locate Tendi. Computer, no!
Ensign Tendi is currently located in Repair Bay 5.
No. I don't know what you're thinking, but you stay away from her.
Oh no, I got...
Blast out mind control pollen.
Jeepers creepers. That's swell. I don't even talk like that. She's gonna see right through you, you goofy goof. Tendi, come on! That's not me! Bam!
Good idea.
Let me take a look at your implant.
Get away from me, I'm fine!
Ensign Tendi to sickbay. I need an emergency medical team on deck 11.
Tendi, go get him.
Join the Indie Archaeologist Guild.
Indie archaeologists.
Ooh, actually, I was in Starfleet. Petra Aberdeen. Graduated the academy, did a tour in the fleet before wising up and getting out.
Petra Aberdeen.
Starfleet isn't violent.
Well, tell that to the Romulans, the Klingons, the Cardassians.
What? They attack us. It's self-defense.
Oh, right. You guys totally aren't a pseudo-navy.
Pseudo-navy. We got Shax down here. Oh, dear God.
Togana 4 has an ion field. Transporter won't get a solid lock. You know that, baby bear. Unless you aren't you.
Come on, Shax. Wow, that was dangerous as shit, Shax.
They'll never find me unless someone buys them some time.
Keep it up.
You don't touch that. Fine.
You gotta kill yourself.
Wait, really?
Sorry, baby bear.
Did they switch?
Dr. Tana, I need a medical team to the captain's yacht, now!
You had to do that. You had to do that, Shax. Chokes me up every time he calls him Baby Bear, too.
Ensign Rutherford is still himself, but his memory and personality are from a decade ago.
A decade?
I cleared the cache on his implant. Did I erase my best friend?
Cerebral activity's high. Something's going on in there.
Oh my God, was that the Rutherford from before the accident? I'm getting enemy within vibes.
The brain can't handle having two full copies of a person in here, so it partitioned us. Until one emerges as a dominant personality, yeah.
This is like Picard, lore and data.
This isn't a ship. This is a seat strapped to an impulse engine. If you're young me, why don't I remember building this? Because you erased your own memories, man, and you did it to me with this.
What if someone asks why he hasn't?
We programmed that in. He'll think it was elective.
Well, if you're watching that memory, buddy, you should know that it wasn't elective.
If that's true, then how come you never tried to take over before? I did, dude! Haven't you noticed this thing is always bugging out? I did like pears for a minute. I love pears! Only one of us can walk out of here. We have to choose. And I choose me! Later, loser!
Oh, man.
You're not going anywhere until we figure this out. What is this place anyway?
It's a Rutherford reveal episode.
They wanted to make us wait until we graduated before we're even near a warp core. It's so dumb. Makes sense. We could have gotten hurt messing around with this stuff. Oh,
You did.
we funded all of this by winning Devron races, baby. Those go through the neutral zone. They're illegal.
Wow.
A race. Both of us build our own ships. Winner takes the brain. And the loser gets erased. Dude, come on. Keep up. Okay. I'm in.
You can't trust him. You can't trust you.
Word's getting around you little ensigns can't leave the booth.
The only thing you two collect is dust.
It's collectible.
Yeah, well, that was dumb, and you should hate yourself. So there.
I agree, Beckett.
How about when parasites crawled into Starfleet admirals' butts and took over their brains? Want to come clean about that?
Was it their butts?
Really?
How do we know you two don't got butt bugs?
Well, if we did, we'd have to
Well-
kill you for figuring it out.
Sure, if you could leave the booth.
Ha ha. Chuckle, chuckle.
Oh my god! Hang on a second. Is this a Starfleet design? Yeah, it's the Delta Flyer. I've always wanted one of these. It's got some Borg tech. Dude, it's a shuttle with a paint job. You could have made this.
Ooh.
Wokey dokey.
Looks a little X-wingy, but
Oh, no, fucking doing this. I don't want to hear it from you outpost scientists.
God, I'm so sorry. I can't. This guy actually thinks the uniforms are cool.
They are cool.
Oh, then why are they always changing?
Hey, fuck you.
Can you wear a belt?
Ha! They can wear jewelry. Oops.
You took his fucking pip?
Okay, boys, calm down. Ren will get you another one. You don't have to...
Lay him out, Brad.
We don't want to protect you from the Klingons and the Borg. We just want to explore and study fucking quasars.
Because you have to.
If being in Starfleet gives you that kind of confidence, then I want in. He just told a Ferengi to...
That's right, Brad.
The Doctor didn't spend 7 years in the Delta Quadrant for you to question his agency.
For you to question his agency.
Oh, okay, cool. So you know all about the uncharted black holes.
I love that outfit too. Shit, Starfleet outfits are the best. Outpost scientists can suck it. Cool shots. It's going over. You got it, Rutherford. Come on, bud.
Told you that Starfleet made you soft. Who's...
Ooh, what'd you say? Look at the size of those things. So dry decks, right? Dry decks? Battle cruisers? I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Ha! What are you, talking to yourself? Nope. Talking to my crew.
I boosted shields to 130%, Captain. Charting a course through that debris field. It should provide cover.
We've got this.
Wait, hold up. Who's that? We used our imagination to make anything we wanted, and I wasn't gonna race without my friends.
That got me. Son of a bitch. Fucking Rutherford, man. This show.
Great, okay, so yeah, you filled it all out. Fantastic.
I failed the Kobayashi Maru 17 times.
Oh my god, why do I now need to see Brad taking the Kobayashi Maru?
His shields are down. He's not gonna make it.
Beam him over. Beam him over.
Ready now. Hey, you're okay. You're safe. What are you doing? Mariner, get us out of here.
Okie dokie.
That got me really bad.
Hang in there, okay? You're gonna be okay. We just need to engineer a solution.
There you go.
I just remembered how we got the implant. Remember. We thought we could do anything. Damn it, no! Come on, keep it together.
Oh my god.
How much do you want to erase?
Everything that has to do with me or the program.
That's a lot. You'll come out with a totally different personality.
I don't care.
Those are at least 3 pips.
Don't lose those friends. Thanks for one last race.
Oh man. You won, man.
You're gonna be all right.
Rutherford, are you?
Yeah, I'm okie dokie.
Are you gonna send me to Starbase 80?
Oh God, no. That place is a hellhole. Honestly, hearing you stand up for Starfleet and give it to those loudmouths, I was impressed.
Really?
Oh yeah. Let's grab a drink when you're out. I want to hear how those outpost losers cried when you kicked over their table.
Brad.
Who blew you up?
Yeah, and whoever it was must...
Oh, someone told me to watch The Castle, and Boimler added a
Wow, no thank you.
Wait, don't hang up. You were right.
About what?
Stolen from the Grand Nagus. They're offering quite the reward.
Cool story. What do you want?
If you ever feel like the bureaucracy is holding you back,
No.
give me a call.
Yeah, right. I think I'll be fine.
I know you will. Hang in there, Starfleet.
It's okay to save it, Becky. We've got a chair with your name on it. It's okay to question it. All right, my friends, we just got done watching Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 3, Episode 5, Reflections. And the only thing left to do is to talk about it. All right, everyone, we just got done watching Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 3, Episode 5, Reflections. Wow, this is a perfect example of what I love about this show. You know, we had a really engaging, really funny set of circumstances going on planet. And then, of course, we had this very kind of weighty moment of, you know, backstory reveal for Rutherford. But it was, these writers, and a lot of people have a lot of varying kind of opinions or the way that they feel about various Star Trek properties, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody, I mean, nobody likes 100% of anything, you know. But the one thing that I think is, and I say this a lot about Lower Decks because I feel that Lower Decks gets, and I like keep always say I did this myself. I did this, so I'm applying the things and the preconceived notions that I had into statements like this. I think people believe that this show is irreverent, that it makes fun of Star Trek, that, you know, it uses various things for almost like bullying or derogatory punchlines, you know. What can we make fun of? What can we exploit in Star Trek? And again, I didn't think to that degree where it was, you know, like there's animosity in it or there's just, you know, no regard for it. But I thought it was supposed to be a parody. I really, really did. You know, they were going to make fun of all these things and we get good laughs and whatnot. And good laughs are there. The good laughs are absolutely there. We get to, you know, have some really fun moments. There are some really good fun moments and laughs taken at the expense of Star Trek. And the thing, though, that it cannot be questioned, as I am now 2.5 seasons into Lower Decks, the writers love this show. They love all the shows that came before it that had the name Star Trek. They love it to the point where they are willing to, their own creations in Rutherford, Tendi, Beckett, and Boimler, they are willing to sacrifice those characters, those children of theirs that they have made and created and loved and walked in the boots with and taken through these adventures and watched them grow. They are willing to take these characters, and if the betterment of Star Trek calls for it, they will fuck them up. And I don't think there is any bigger testament to someone's love for something or someone's devotion or loyalty to something than the willingness to fuck up that which you most love and that which you hold the most dear for this ideal. And when I say mess up or, you know, F up somebody, I don't mean they're like ruining the characters. They're willing to put these characters through the ringer to tell a good Star Trek story. And I know it sounds, oh, could you be more profound? You know, please, you know, I feel like a huge asshole when I say stuff like that. You know, like I'm being so revelatory and I'm letting you all in on these great bits of trivia this, you know, my tactical brain has come up with this for the narrative. If it sounds like that, I don't mean it. It's these realizations that I come to, you know, and it's almost like I'm saying these things to myself, like, you fucking dummy, man. These writers love Star Trek. They love it. They will do anything to preserve the ideals of the Starfleet, the Federation, Star Trek itself. Their job and goal and passion and mission in Star Trek Lower Decks is to not only tell their story, but to shine the comm badges and the stories of the past, to make everyone remember, and myself, I've never seen them, make me want to see these episodes because they paint them in such a perfectly myth-like light. You know, I mean, Brad, when he lost his shit, which is another huge growth mark for our bold Boimler, lost his shit. And he went around to each of those tables, all those people that the Federation and Starfleet have had interactions with in the various shows, went around to each one of them and said, this is why Starfleet saved your asses or helped you, and you're going to talk shit about us? And what I think that was the writer saying, I swear, I think this is what it was. Maybe there are people out there that don't think that we love Star Trek or we love Starfleet or the Federation. Right now, the writers at that moment, they were Bradward Boimler. And they were venting everything that they wanted to vent on, you know, all of these different factions that had poor views of Starfleet. These reaffirmations or reassertions of just how great Starfleet and by all means Star Trek is, came through with Brad. And then we had Beckett, who was sitting back like, wow, all these people coming up. Oh, I didn't know, this about Starfleet and that about Starfleet, and that re-engagement, when you hear it put in those words, which we seldom do, where this is exactly what Starfleet has done for you, or this is exactly what Star Trek's prior series have done for this one. Let us count the ways. Oh, how we love thee. Let us count the ways. And we were able to see that as we were able to see the seething, anger that Bradward Boimler had for these terrible insults that Starfleet was being given. And in my mind, in a way, that was the writers like cracking their knuckles and saying, all right, we're going to use Brad this episode to let everyone know that we fucking love Star Trek. They don't, they don't have to do that type of stuff, but it's little bits like that. And that was very overt. But of course, you know what I'm going to say. The one that got me was Rutherford. Rutherford built the Delta Flyer, not because it was the fastest ship, in retrospect, in which it is exceptionally fast. I've never seen the Delta Flyer in Voyager, but here he was, and he was able to rebuild it. And it really caught me off guard and reminded me how much I love this show. Rutherford didn't have a one-seater. He had a crew, and it was his best friends that were with him. And he couldn't do it by himself. He knew it. That's what this older Rutherford knew that the younger version didn't. That's what Starfleet had done for him. It had brought him into the proximity of Tendi and Boimler and Beckett and made them a family found. And that type of stuff will get me all the time when, he knew he couldn't do it without them because they were him now. They are a group. They are the lower deckers. Unbelievably profound. And I think everything about it was interesting. Everything about it was interesting. Extremely important to the narrative of Rutherford, especially, but obviously the overarching narrative of Lower Decks. But even more so than that, even more so than the reveal, the least of which was the information we received about how he got hurt and why he was getting hurt. Obviously, it looks like there was a member of Starfleet with at least 3 pips that had conscripted this thing. He wanted his name or their name wiped from the logs. No record of any of this stuff. Start him over. He'll think it was elective. That's why he got injured, which was a horrific injury, by the way. Oh my God, the entire side of Rutherford was burned down to the muscle. I mean, my Lord, that had to be some type of like plasma burn or something. And, that is, to me, something that they will, obviously going to address at some point in the future. But of all of the things that came out about Rutherford, that was the thing that I kind of put a pin in. I don't even think about it for this episode because it was much more profound to see who Rutherford had been before the accident and who he was now. And that tug of war that went on. That it's not a tug of war like I mentioned during the reaction. In Picard, we saw a similar, the final season of Picard, we saw a tug of war between Lore and between Data. Basically for control of the body, and B4 a little bit was in there as well. But we had this kind of control, this struggle going on. Only one could come out, But in Picard, it was basically shown, to be assumed that it was almost a melding of the two, of Lore and Data, and a little bit of B4. That melding of those two to form something new, that was 70% Data, 30% Lore, or something like that. In this one, it was all or nothing. It was before accident Rutherford or after accident Rutherford, and they were both very different. But the one thing that he said was, younger Rutherford said, was, I was so filled with rage. Why? Why were you so filled with, are you just an angsty teenish 20-something? It seems way more than that. This seemed not like something that was just angst-driven or arrogance. To say that you're filled with rage and to have that type of self-identification, an angsty teen isn't going to say, I'm so filled with rage. you know? They'll come up with some other excuse for their behavior that they support, you know? They'll never be negative. If they recognize it, then they've grown beyond it, you know? I'm so filled with rage. And maybe in that moment of death, that was the revelation that younger Rutherford received. But I don't know. Why were you filled with rage? Did that lead you to whatever it was that you did at the academy that got you injured, building this whatever it was that blew up? Did your rage get too deep and this was the only, or betray you so that you were going to get kicked out of the academy and this was kind of a manipulation? You know, somebody said, if you want to stay, you've got to do this. Or was it something that he elected to do? How bad was younger Rutherford? Was he a criminal? You know, was he a cheat? Was he, you know, was he going to get kicked out of the academy? You know, we don't know any of this stuff. We don't know, you know, he's in the academy when the injury happens. You know, you can see underneath his jacket, the outfit. He mentioned being in the academy. And time-wise, it has to loop right. Why? The event and the explosion is one thing, but why so filled with rage? Why were you on that path to get to the explosion? The explosion in of itself is the end event of a race. That's the finish line of early Rutherford's race. Wow. So interesting. So interesting. And the idea that young Rutherford, too, didn't have the idea, even the inkling to have a co-pilot, let alone a crew, someone that could have helped him, someone that could have been there for him. Obviously, the younger Rutherford didn't see anybody worthy enough for that inclusion. But now older Rutherford has 3 that he can't do it without. My friends, what a show. My favorite one of the season so far, and in all fairness, season 3, I believe, is really shaping up to be, so far, knock on wood, so far, this 5-episode offering of season 3 might be the strongest 5 episodes we've had in a row. I think they're very good. And I think that this writing crew that has already been so expertly organized is somehow hitting another level, hitting a higher gear, hitting a wonderful stride. And I cannot wait to see where this goes. If you could do me a favor, my friends, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. You'll be alerted next time we go live with Lower Decks. And if you'd like Lower Decks early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. You'll see a ton of stuff there from across all of our various shows that we do and some Patreon exclusives. But that's then and this is now. And now, unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye from Lower Decks. But where should we say goodbye from? We always pick a place to say goodbye from. I think we should say goodbye from the bridge of the Delta Flyer, where we are sitting with our friends as Captain Rutherford wins a race. Until next time, my friends, Vulcan roll.